Hi there everybody and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the PD-1662 from Pagani Design, which is a homage to the Rolex GMT Master 2. Now I've done a couple of these videos. I've done the root beer, I've done the black bezel, I haven't done the Pepsi version, but what I have for you today is a little bit unique, and to be fair I'm a little bit conflicted. So without further ado, it is the PD-1662 black and green bezel, which is the left-handed version. Now, for those of you who aren't aware, Rolex, last year or the year before, bought out a left-handed model of their GMT Master with the green ceramic bezel. Now, the only difference between this watch and a regular GMT Master is the fact that the crown is on the left-hand side for this, as opposed to right on the others. And the intent is that you wear your left-handed watch on your right wrist so that you can adjust it with your left hand. I think I got that right. But for me, and again, I'm happy for anybody here to disagree with me, because that's wonderful, quite frankly. Everybody's opinion's valuable. But my own, for what it's worth, is it's like having a left-handed spoon. It's about as much use as that. Before any of you actually go out and start looking at a spoon and going, is there a difference? There isn't. And that's my point. If you are left-handed, does it really make any difference as to whether you've got a specific left-handed watch? I don't think so. Now, I am actually left-handed and I still find this very, very confusing. You're even going to see in the clips that we're about to show, I get it mixed up so often. We're looking at the watch upside down because I'm so used to the crown being on the right hand side of the watch. Even some of the photographs that I've taken, I've positioned it as a right-handed watch. Right-handed as in the crown is on the right, so it's worn on the left wrist. Do my head in. Anyway, guys, tell me what you think to this watch. Like I say, to cut to the chase, it's a good watch. There's no problems with it. Like I say, it's exactly what you'd expect from Pagani Design. Good specs at really aggressive price point. It's just whether you can live with having the crown on the other side. It is rather unique, but it is somewhat annoying. Anyway, guys, let's take a look at the watch in greater detail. Okay guys, so here we have it, the Pagani Design PD-1662, which is a homage to the Rolex GMT Master 2. In this particular colourway and configuration, you can see that it is a direct homage to the left-handed version known as the Sprite, namely so because of the green bezel. Now, within the watch you do have the Pearl DG5833 GMT movement. It's an automatic with there or thereabouts 40 hours power reserve. Now, it is also known as the Seagull ST16 for any of those of you that are interested in looking it up on Google. Water resistance for the watch 100 meters, further secured by that screw down case back, which again you can see is there on the left hand side. Case diameter sits at 40 mils. You also have a case thickness of 14 mils. The lug width is 20 mils, and overall the watch weight sits at around about 148 grams. Taking a look at the case, is solid 316L stainless steel. You have a brushed top of the case, and then you do have that lovely high polish there on the sides. In terms of the crown, it's the usual affair with that very nice Pagani Design logo. It is a screw down crown. The bezel finishing on the teeth was actually quite good. I've got some macro footage to show you here, but I thought the finishing was rather good. That is a sapphire, a ceramic bezel, and the engraving on it was particularly good. Now, I've put, again, some macro footage up here for you to see it, but apologies, there's a little bit of dust and what have you. I tried to clean most of it off, but obviously failed. But yeah, the engraving on that bezel I thought was very, very good. It is filled with a white paint though, and I would have preferred to have seen that with a silver or something a little bit more premium. But again, at this price point, can't really fault it. Bezel action, you do have a 120 click movement on that bezel. There was a little bit of back play, but it does sit well at the 12 o'clock position, and it was a nice sort of movement on it. It didn't feel particularly cheap or loose. if we turn our attention to the dial, protecting it, you do again have that sapphire crystal. The dial itself is a rather deep black gloss, which is very nice. There's no sunburst effect or anything like that. You can see there you do have the Pagani Design logo printed, and you do have that rather nice GMT text at the bottom of the dial, which matches that bezel somewhat. Hand finishing on the watch is very good. Put some macro footage up to show you, but for the price point, as with every other Pagani, they're just punching well above their weight when it comes to what you get for your buck. Now, the date magnifier you've got there at 2.5 times magnification. I won't lie to you, there are some occasions I've heard where the date magnifier has not been placed properly, but it was okay on this occasion, and to be fair, every single one I've had has been fine, so I think those are limited cases. But yeah, that 2.5 times magnification makes the date very easy to read. And you do have that lovely GMT hand. Again, when you look at it on macro finishing, the paintwork on these hands and the overall finishing is really, really good. Last but by no means least, there is the bracelet, and on this occasion you do have a very good bracelet, again for the price you're paying. They do have screwed links, so very easy to adjust, and Pagani generally do supply a small bracelet adjustment screwdriver for you. You've got solid end links. Fitment on the links was quite good. There's not much wiggle room there, and you do have that nice Rolex style clasp. What you don't get though is the glide lock, which I think again is probably forgivable at this particular price point. But overall, very nice bracelet. As I said, solid end links, solid stainless steel, and you've got that nice brushed center link as well. Polished center link. Again, a little bit of footage there for you, me flicking around with the bezel on the wrist, but fits very, very nicely. Here I do have it on my left wrist as opposed to the right, on which this watch should be worn. But like I say, I wear my watch on the left wrist, so it's actually quite comfortable, I must say. So guys, there you have it. That is the Pagani Design PD-1662 LHD left-handed drive model, whatever you want to call it, to be worn on the left wrist, right wrist, for use with your left hand. And that really about sums it up. It's confused. It is a novelty. It's nothing more than that. Guys, if you are left-handed and you've worn a watch on your right wrist forever and a day, then maybe you can get used to it. But if you do wear your watch on your left wrist, I think this is probably going to confuse things more than make life easier for you, just for what it's worth. But to be clear, the watch is fine. It's a nice watch. If you want something just as a novelty, go grab it, guys. But otherwise, every other PD-1662 from Pagani with the crown on the right hand side, go for those if that's what you're used to. Alright guys, thanks ever so much for watching the video. I wish you all the best, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe. Take care. See ya.